office and our board of trustees. Welcome President-elect Sue Stubner. Sue is sitting with our families and friends. Sue, please stand and let us all recognize the 9th president of Colby-Sawyer College. Sue is joined by her partner and soon-to-be spouse, Amanda Wine. Amanda, welcome. We are really glad you all are here. Welcome, distinguished guests whom we honor today, and welcome to your family and friends. Welcome, faculty and staff who have taught, mentored, and befriended these students throughout their college years. Welcome, families and friends gathered here to celebrate these students' achievements. Among them are the very first graduates of our RN to BS program. Of course, as many of you know, at Colby-Sawyer, we know we have the very best nursing program in New Hampshire, and it is better. And welcome finally to the talented and much admired Colby-Sawyer College class of 2016. Today, we welcome all of you to our beautiful home on Colby Hill, our windy hill here in New London. Sadly, not everyone who should be here today is. In your years at Colby-Sawyer, many of you have experienced the loss of loved ones. There is someone, though, whose absence is especially felt today. Melissa Mullen, a member of the class of 2016, passed away in early April. So today, she is physically missing from the ranks of the graduating seniors she called classmates, teammates, roommates, and friends. But she is absolutely here in spirit. She loved Colby-Sawyer, and we love her right back today and always. Many of us wear purple and orange ribbons in her honor. There is a chair where Melissa should be sitting today, waiting to receive her degree in psychology. We miss Melissa, as we will always miss her, but we also remember her with love, as we will always remember her. Today, we celebrate her accomplishments, as well as the accomplishments of all our graduates. I ask now for a moment of silence in memory and celebration of Melissa, her many talents, and the great love that radiated in every magnificent smile that she shared with us and the world. Thank you. Transitions are difficult, and now we've got to make them. Well, class of 2016, today we graduate. Congratulations to us. Now, as I reflect on our time together at Colby-Sawyer, I continue to be most impressed with and very proud of the way everything we do is based on and arises out of a great liberal arts education. Why? Because historically, for us in the West, education is based on the liberal arts. Those ancient Greeks were onto something, and we continue to rely on their liberal arts foundation and build upon it to this day. After all, it's the liberal arts that really teach critical thinking, reasoning, written and oral communication, ethics, appreciating beauty, understanding multiple perspectives, intellectual curiosity, and so much more. These are the things that will make you successful in your careers. These are the things that will keep you always learning throughout your lives. So, I decided to talk about a liberal arts subject today. I thought it was appropriate since you all are about to leave Colby-Sawyer for the professional world, and I am about to leave Colby-Sawyer to return to professional graduate education and law. But what to talk about? Philosophy? I've done that in these charges to the graduating class. Art? I've done that in welcoming speeches and elsewhere. Science, I know it's important, but I think not. Only because others know so much more than me. How about history? Now, I've taught history classes to many of you, so you already know me there. So what? What would I talk about? Well, one of the highest art forms and one of the most enjoyable, and one that allows us to see into the hearts and souls of others and understand their perspectives, is literature. So I decided that today I would talk about literature. I decided I would tell you about my favorite literary character. But having decided on that topic, the really hard work began. Is it possible to select one's absolutely favorite character in literature? And if it is, who's mine? Anna Karenina, in Leo Tolstoy's novel of the same name, was in the running. She is a woman trapped by social convention and mores, and when she tries to break free for love, the results are bad. Newland Archer, in Edith Wharton's Age of Innocence, is a man in love, but he gives up his love because of the obligations his New York society imposes upon him and that he accepts. Daniel Day-Lewis, by the way, plays him in the movie. But like Anna Karenina, the end is so sad I just can't pick him. The title character in Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man is an African-American who feels and is invisible in the predominantly white world in which he lives. Jay Gatsby of The Great Gatsby is somebody on the outside who wants badly to be on the inside in order to win Daisy Buchanan. He tries so hard that he ultimately loses himself and finally his life in his quest for inclusion. He plays at a very dangerous game with some awful people and loses. Now, T.S. Garp is the title character of my favorite author, John Irving's breakout novel, The World According to Garp. He is funny, likable, vulnerable, lovable, and a nonconformist whose nonconformity gets him shot. I love Irving so much, I almost picked Garp. But part of what a great liberal arts education has made me is honest with myself. There is a character I love more, and he is in one of my favorite stories. He is a small character, even though he is a main character. He is Bilbo Baggins of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. I'm taller than he is. The subtitle of The Hobbit is There and Back Again, and the cover of one popular version calls it The Enchanting Prelude to The Lord of the Rings. I take exception. I think it stands on its own. It is a book I first read when I was 13, reread when I was 18, read aloud to my three of my 4 children when they were small. Jennifer, I apologize. But you and I did go to see all 3 movies together, and Jenny and I will both tell you the movies are very different than the book. The Hobbit, naturally, is about a hobbit. Hobbits belong to a short species of being, they're about 1/2 height, who walk on 2 legs, generally have fat stomachs, wear bright colors, live in a region of Middle-earth called the Shire, and have hairy feet with leathery soles. My favorite hobbit, Bilbo, lives in a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. Bilbo is indeed a happy and content little hobbit. He likes his life, he likes his Shire, and he likes his comfort. He has no intention of going anywhere or doing anything out of the ordinary. He is not going to push limits. He is content. But then one morning, along comes a wizard, Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf is followed that evening by 12 dwarves, aren't wizards always? And the next day, somehow, someway, against his better instincts, Bilbo is off on an adventure with the dwarves, who are trying to regain their rightful home, the Lonely Mountain, and the treasure that sits therein and has been stolen by a dragon named Smaug. Bilbo, who is an inherently honest hobbit, is appointed to the position of burglar. It is a job for which he is entirely unqualified. But lo and behold, while going along on the adventure, Bilbo discovers aspects of his personality he never dreamed he had. Time and again, he gets the dwarves out of dire situations with intelligence, guile, quick thinking, and courage. And he does so in a way that teaches us, the readers, much about right and wrong, as well as opportunity, good luck, and the benefits of trusting yourself. Along the way, Bilbo meets and experiences all sorts of creatures different from him. There are dwarves, wizards, men, orcs, goblins, elves, eagles, a bear man, trolls, a dragon, and even a hobbit who is turned into a beast called Gollum. Of course, you all know that it is Gollum who lost the ring that Bilbo finds in a deep, dark cave. And it is that ring which makes the wearer invisible. That's an allusion to Ellison there, friends, by the way. And that ring becomes a key part of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, Bilbo has quite an adventure in The Hobbit. And even when he goes home at the end, he is a different hobbit. Today, I hope, like Bilbo, you and me are different as a result of our adventure here at Colby-Sawyer. I know I am. Together we have studied and learned. Together we have met wonderful people. And together, I dare say, we have dealt with difficult situations that we have worked to get through together and as a unit. We have met people who come from different parts of this country. We have interacted with folks who are different races and ethnicities than us. We have friends whose religions are different than ours. We have friends whose sexual orientation or identity is different than ours. We know people who come from different countries. We know people who even vote differently than we do, even if we don't understand it. In the end, we have learned that we are all, each and every one of us, different. In the fall of 2012, I told you that each and every one of you was special, and you are. I wanted to remind you of that. While you are just as unique and special as you were then, you are now unique and special in your own different way. Because inevitably, like Bilbo, you have changed, and change is good. You have discovered parts of yourselves you did not know existed, and you have accomplished something you should be very proud of. Today, you are graduating from college. Before we get on with that exercise, let me tell you about a particular scene in The Hobbit. The troop, absent Gandalf, is making its way through Mirkwood, a dark and evil forest, and they are frustrated with the pace. They are basically saying what we all said to our families on trips. Are we there yet? The dwarves decide someone must climb a tree and see where they are. As Tolkien writes, of course someone meant Bilbo. The story goes on. Poor Mr. Baggins never had much practice in climbing trees, but they hoisted him up into the lowest branches of an enormous oak that grew right on into the path, and up he had to go as best he could. In the end, he poked his head above the roof of leaves, and then he found spiders, all right, a concern in Mirkwood. But they were only small ones of ordinary size, and they were after the butterflies. Bilbo's eyes were nearly blinded by the light. That's a Springsteen reference. He could hear the dwarves shouting up at him from far below, but he could not answer, only hold on and blink. The sun was shining brilliantly, and it was a long while before he could bear it. When he could, he saw all around him a sea of dark green, ruffled here and there by the breeze, and there were everywhere hundreds of butterflies. I expect they were a kind of purple emperor, a butterfly that loves the tops of oak woods. But these were not purple at all. They were a dark, dark, velvety black without any markings to be seen. He looked at the black emperors for a long time and enjoyed the feel of the breeze in his hair and on his face. Ah, the reader thinks, this could be an epiphany. Bilbo has used his new skills to climb above it all and experience the beauty of his new, broader perspective, surrounded by beautiful butterflies. But alas, he can hear the dwarves below yelling up at him to focus on what he has to do and look around to see how far the forest went on from where they stood. It was no good. Gaze as much as he might, he could see no end to the trees and the leaves in any direction. His heart, that had been lightened by the sight of the sun and the feel of the wind, sank back into his toes. He climbed down, and his report soon made the others as miserable as he was. So Bilbo has climbed this tree to see beyond, and he comes down miserable because there's no end in sight. His education, if you please, has not provided him an answer. However, if Bilbo had had the sense to see it, the tree he had climbed, though it was tall in itself, was standing near the bottom of a wide valley, so that from its top, the trees seemed to swell up all around like the edges of a great bowl, and he could not expect to see how far the forest lasted. The point then is, Even when you climb a tree or a mountain or a new height, you can only see as far as the next mountain or the top of the next ridge. You cannot see beyond. Your perspective is still limited. As you learn more and gain more perspective, your vision is still limited by where you are. If you want to know more, you must climb higher. You must walk to another perch. You must go over the next mountain and to the top of the next mountain ridge. So the more you learn, the more you have to learn. Now you have met many people here, but you've not met all the people in the world. Go out and meet more people, and then meet more. Spread your ideas, but at the same time, let them be reshaped and reformed by the people you meet and the experiences you have. That malleability and that constant seeking and learning is the gift that the liberal arts have given you. Make use of it. Work to see further than Bilbo. Now, after his adventure, Bilbo does go home. After all, the subtitle is There and Back Again, even though my message to you might be there and keep going. But even though Bilbo does go home, we know from The Lord of the Rings that he periodically takes little adventures over the years and goes back out into the world beyond the Shire. We also know that on his 111st birthday, that is 111 by the way, they have a big party in the Shire and Bilbo takes the podium to speak. At the end of his speech, he puts on the infamous ring and vanishes. Well, friends in the class of 2016, in a while, we will put on the ring at Colby-Sawyer. In a while, we will leave here for new adventures. Poof. But I hope and I know we have made our mark. I know you all have made a fabulous difference here. I know that Colby-Sawyer is better because you have been here. And I also know that the subtitle of The Hobbit will always be true for you. You can come back again anytime you want. So congratulations and thank you for everything. We are all proud of you and excited for you, the class of 2016. We will begin the awards portion of our ceremony with the presentation of the Distinguished Alumni Award, which recognizes a graduate who has made a distinctive and unique contribution to his or her profession or to society. This year's recipient is Nancy Hoyt Langbein, a graduate of the class of 1956. Would Nancy please come forward? Since Nancy graduated from Colby-Junior College in 1956, she has remained unbelievably committed to her class and to her alma mater. She and her husband Ed have established the Langbein Family Endowed Scholarship, and they have included Colby-Sawyer in their estate plans. Nancy is one of the college's longest-serving class volunteers and has attended so many alumni events in her home state that she has earned the unofficial title of Colby-Sawyer's Maine Ambassador. Now that could also be M-A-I-N as well as M-A-I-N-E, so thank you very much. For her many contributions to the college, her class, and the students who will benefit from her thoughtful effort to make a Colby-Sawyer education accessible, Colby-Sawyer is proud to recognize Nancy Hoyt Langbein with the Distinguished Alumni Award. Please join me in congratulating Nancy. Colby-Sawyer's Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree recognizes an individual of humanitarian character and superior intellect whose life and work have brought about positive, far-reaching consequences for individuals, organizations, and the world. The award is presented to Rebecca Brewster Irving, Professor Emerita. She's Becky to her friends, and we are certainly proud and honored that she is our friend. Would Becky please come forward? Becky more than exceeds the lofty qualifications of an honorary degree holder in every way. A member of the class of 1942, Becky taught here for 28 years and was instrumental in the success of the medical programs, forming a reputation for excellence in the field that continues today, with Colby-Sawyer as the proud home of the state's best healthcare programs. More important than programs, Becky influenced people. Her oldest students are in their 70s now, and her youngest are in their 50s. But they still show their allegiance with visits, letters, thanks, and love. We recognize Rebecca Brewster Irving's humanitarian character and dedication to shaping her own and others' intellectual development with an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. Please join me in congratulating Professor Irving. Also to present an honorary degree of Humane Letters to my friend and colleague, Deborah A. Taylor, Academic Vice President and Dean of Faculty. Would Deb please come forward? Deb was hired in 1976 as an instructor in social and behavioral studies, and she will tell you she fell in love with Colby-Sawyer. She stayed in love, and this June, after 40 years, she will retire as one of the longest-serving faculty members in the college's history. An award-winning educator, her teaching has spanned generations, and her impact on the college is vast. In fact, 63% of the current faculty were hired during her tenure as Academic Vice President and Dean of the Faculty. For her passionate dedication to Colby-Sawyer, Colby-Sawyer recognizes Vice President Taylor with an honorary degree of Humane Letters that embodies her commitment to the academic life of the college. Please join me in congratulating her. And stay here. Each year, the college presents its highest honor, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service, to someone who best exemplifies this institution's first teacher and principal, Susan Colby, and her attributes of hard work, dedication, generosity, and influence in the field of education. This year, we have two honorees receiving the medal, and Deb is one of them. Deb joined the faculty, as I said, as a faculty member, and she was soon identified as a leader, mentor, and role model, but she was always, and is always, a faculty member. She has served as chair of the Department of Social Sciences and Education, Dean of Students, Vice President of Student Development, Academic Dean, and Academic Vice President and Dean of the Faculty. Deb has overseen regular reaccreditations, and, working with the faculty, has transformed the curriculum into a 4-credit model, overseen revisions of the college's liberal arts program, doubled the number of available majors for our students, and more. She has been an instrumental part of Colby-Sawyer's change and growth over the last 40 years. It is with much respect and gratitude that the college recognizes Vice President Taylor with its highest honor, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service. Please join me in congratulating. It is now my great good fortune to present the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service to my friend and colleague, Tom Chitari, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Would Tom please come forward? Tom Chitari graduated from the college up at exit 18. That's Dartmouth. But he has dedicated his intelligence, compassion, and energy to Colby-Sawyer College. He joined our Board of Trustees in 2005, chaired the board's Academic Affairs Committee for 3 years, and has served as chair of the board since 2011. He has been a fantastic, visionary, dedicated, friendly, and fun chair through success, challenge, and always opportunity. Apart from his accomplishments on the board, Tom is a committed friend and supporter of the college. He and his wife, Judy, have been generous benefactors, as demonstrated by the creation of the Gladys A. Burroughs Distinguished Professorship in Nursing. The college's first professorship in nursing is named in memory of Judy's mother. Tom and Judy recognize the value Colby-Sawyer provides to students, and also that giving to Colby-Sawyer has a direct, meaningful impact on our students and on the future of the college. They turned belief into action again with an extraordinary recent gift to support the Power of Infinity campaign. When Tom's term as board chair ends June 30th, he will continue to serve as a member of the Power of Infinity campaign steering committee. Chair-elect Volanakis refers to the next year or so as Tom's sabbatical. Thank you for your service, Tom. It is with much respect and gratitude that the college recognizes you with its highest honor, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Tom. And now I turn it over to him.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you so very, very much. It's truly an honor. And now it's my privilege to award the Town Award, which recognizes a resident of the New London area who has shown extraordinary involvement in and contributions to the college. This year, the award is given to Bradford E. Cook. Would Brad please join me? Brad Cook is one of Colby-Sawyer's fiercest defenders and is a dependable, active advocate for the college's outstanding liberal arts education. A renowned lawyer, he specializes in representing nonprofit colleges, charities, and other institutions, estate planning and probate, and government relations. Brad has been Colby-Sawyer's attorney since the late 1980s, and he always keeps us on the right path. Brad also has taught many courses here as an adjunct faculty member, ranging from business law to legal process, and he has helped several students plan successful careers in law. His mentorship has been and continues to be a major contribution to the pre-law program at Colby-Sawyer. For his expertise that has shaped and will shape our community for decades to come, it gives me great pleasure to bestow the Town Award upon Brad Cook. Please join me in congratulating Brad. The Gown Award recognizes an individual or group from Colby-Sawyer College whose works and contributions to the New London area and to society are extraordinary. Would Professor Pat Anderson please join me? Pat Anderson is the Gibney Distinguished Professor of Humanities. He has worked tirelessly to share his intense interest in and knowledge of American and international film, American literature, and Native American studies with students at Colby-Sawyer and far beyond. A faculty member since 1977, Professor Anderson is known for the effort and thought he puts into teaching. He makes literature experiential, and his high standards challenge students and bring out the best in them so that they meet his expectations and exceed their own. Often, a course with him results in a new love for film and literature, and even thoughts of a new major in those areas. Professor Anderson has also traveled the state for more than 25 years, giving presentations as part of the New Hampshire Humanities Council's Humanities on the Go series. It gives me great pleasure to bestow the Gown Award upon Professor Pat Anderson. Please join me in congratulating him.
The Judith Pond Convict Class of 1962 Award for Excellence in Service was established in 2014 in honor of Judy Condict, who was an employee at Colby-Sawyer for 38 years. The award that bears her name is presented to a full-time staff member who has made an outstanding contribution to the college and its mission of educating students. Would Mary McLaughlin please join me? For 20 years, Mary McLaughlin has served as the Director of Residential Education at Colby-Sawyer. Her interactions with students in the face of challenging situations create opportunities for student learning outside of the classroom and identify her as a staff member who uses her role to educate. Mary is also an accomplished writer whose work has been featured by the Huffington Post and in books, and she is a frequent contributor to Colby-Sawyer magazine. Mary's writing also led her into the classroom as an adjunct faculty member, teaching courses in writing and interpersonal communication. For her outstanding work performed during her 2 decades of dedication to Colby-Sawyer College, we thank you, Mary, and well done.
The Nancy Byer Opler Award for Excellence in Advising was established in 1998 by Nancy Byer Opler, a member of the class of 1956. Each year, students, faculty, and staff nominate the person who merits recognition for outstanding service as an advisor. Recipients are recognized for facilitating students' adjustment to our academic community and supporting students in their college and professional planning. Would Associate Professor of Social Sciences and Education, Kathleen Farrell, please come forward? Professor Kathleen Farrell is a scholar in sociology, gender and sexuality studies, and popular culture, who is committed to studying and alleviating social inequalities. She also is committed to her students, both those in her classroom and those whom she advises. As an advisor, she will lend an ear and share her wisdom, providing guidance and options, but she leaves the decisions to the students. Her dedication to teaching and to teaching her students to think and advocate for themselves has led students to success and independence as they map out their futures. Please join me in congratulating Kathleen Farrell, recipient of the Nancy Byer-Appler Award for Excellence in Advising.
The Jack Jensen Award for Excellence in Teaching is the college's highest teaching award. Each year, the award honors a teacher who communicates high expectations and encourages intellectual curiosity within and across disciplines, respects diverse talents and ways of learning, and uses variety in instruction, and engages students and inspires them to do their best work. Would Associate Professor of Fine and Performing Arts, Hillary Walrod, please join me? Professor Walrod's teaching style draws on her background in experiential education and her commitment to interdisciplinary learning. She emphasizes the importance of hands-on experiences in graphic design and digital media and develops opportunities for students to work directly with clients and collaborators to develop the skills necessary for career success. A student nominator notes that Hillary teaches with a perfect balance of professionalism and down-to-earth approachability, treating students with the highest level of respect and giving them the tools to create their own effective solution rather than leading them to a single solution. Esteemed by students and colleagues alike, Hillary exemplifies Colby-Sawyer in all aspects of her teaching. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Jack Jensen Award for Excellence in Teaching, Professor Hillary Walrod. According to wonderful Colby-Sawyer tradition, the recipient of the Jack Jensen Award delivers the commencement address. And so, with pleasure, I turn the lectern over to Professor Walrod, whose speech is entitled Living with Contrast.
Good morning. It's such an honor to be here with you all today. Families, friends, mentors, and class of 2016. The opportunity to speak to you is especially meaningful to me because I joined this community 4 years ago, at the same time as most of you graduating today. As soon as I found out that Colby-Sawyer has a Mountain Day tradition, like my alma mater does, I knew that this would be a great place to be. And as soon as I met the faculty, staff, administrators, and students who make up Colby-Sawyer, I could tell that this would be a supportive and close-knit community to join. I trust that your time here has been as engaging as mine. On this day of celebration, I'd like to take a moment for all of us to think of and to thank the people in our communities near and far. Everyone who makes this college the friendly and educational, challenging environment that it is, as well as everyone who has made it possible for you all to live and learn here. Thank you. Graduates, first and foremost, my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. Graduation and all the experiences and learning and achievements that it entails is a momentous occasion. Of course, course, today is a pivotal day of transition as well, likely one with mixed feelings for a number of you. I loved college so much that graduation felt to me as much like being kicked out as being celebrated. Fortuitously, my party was delayed for 2 hours by a thunderstorm interrupting our outdoor ceremony. Needless to say, we didn't have a tent like we do here. My graphic design students will tell you that I pose a reflection question at the start of each class. Today, of all days, I'd like to do the same for all of you. It's common practice to ask college seniors, so, what do you want to do after you graduate? Instead, I'd like to ask you this. How do you want to live after you graduate? In order to frame some thoughts for you about living your lives beyond college, I'd like to take the design principle of contrast, in other words, striking difference, and apply it to life. While I'm usually talking with my students about visual contrast, like black versus white, or large versus small, contrast doesn't only impact design and art. It can affect so much else, too. So, what can contrast have to do with living? Here are 4 ideas to offer you. Number 1, experiencing contrast can heighten our perception and understanding. Throughout our lives, we can better recognize and be grateful for times of happiness, joy, contentment, and health, when we have also experienced contrasting times of sadness, devastation, malaise, and illness, which we are all bound to encounter during lives well lived. We can have more gratitude for a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning, a sense of direction, a sense of place, or a sense of community when we have also found ourselves without these at various points. We can appreciate how special some events are because they are different from the everyday. Once we become aware of contrasts like these, we become better able to acknowledge change and flux. Number 2, cultivating contrast can enrich our lives by making them fuller, more balanced, and more sustainable. While it's comfortable and affirming to find friends who share lots in common with you, you've undoubtedly already discovered in your time at Colby-Sawyer that it's also worthwhile to interact with and befriend those who are different from you and different from each other. I would say the same for interests, whether personal or professional. Pursue anything and everything that you're inclined toward, whether or not these things seem to relate to each other. If you pursue varied interests, at the very least, you'll enjoy what you're doing. And perhaps things will even start cross-pollinating, overlapping, or integrating in unexpected ways. For example, I've remained committed to my interests in visual communication, environmental consciousness, cooking, and healthy food over the years. Eventually, these interests coalesced into an ongoing and satisfying project series, researching and designing seasonal calendars of local foods. By committing to variety like this, you can situate yourself for synthesis and a richer life. There is much discussion these days about the elusive quest for work-life balance, or life-work balance, as my husband prefers to put it. There is also ample research that debunks the appealing myth that we can multitask. Therefore, the contrast inherent in shifting gears, whether between tasks, projects, activities, roles, or phases in our lives, is how balance actually happens, both on a day-to-day basis and over time. To sustain ourselves, we can all benefit periodically from a change of pace or scene, contrasting productivity with play, or activity with reflection, or busyness with quiet. Just think about Mountain Day, how rejuvenating it is to take a break from everyday class routines, to commune with friends, get outside in a beautiful place, and gain a different perspective from the summit of Mount Kearsarge. Taking time like this to recharge sets us up to do more effectively, to be more fully, and to give more capably to others. At some point along the way, I came up with a mantra for myself that I'd like to pass on to you. Maintain momentum. Not only do I try to heed the meaning of these two words, but I also like the reminder inherent in the form of the word momentum itself. It can be separated into moment / reminding me of the need to pause or reflect. In order to sustain energy for the long haul, we can't always be actively moving forward. Number 3, being open to contrast can facilitate our growth and self-awareness. Designers and artists don't just rely on contrast as a principle to establish variety and balance visually in what we create. During the creative process, we also employ contrast as a strategy called iteration, fairly rapid repetition of multiple contrasting variations, whether they be sketches, drafts, or prototypes, in order to explore and test ideas before committing to one. As you approach the next few years, I encourage you to think about life as a design process. Framing your experiences as iterations can help you to see the life that you craft as an evolving journey rather than as an end point. So, how might iteration play out in life instead of in design? For example, in the years since I graduated from college, I tried spending my days in a small, mile-high mountain town in the Southwest, a major city in the Northeast, a revitalizing city in the South, a capital city in the Midwest, and now a small town here in New Hampshire. I didn't set out with the intention of making so many big and disparate moves, but I valued my time in each of those places. They all impacted me, and I learned a lot about myself from living in each one of them. Chances are, college will only be one of multiple impermanent communities that you'll find yourself in over the years. Even though you knew that you'd only be here in this place with these people for a few years, you dove in and committed to a full life here. I encourage you to do the same everywhere that you inhabit. Immerse yourself in each place and community, no matter how temporary you anticipate your time being there. It's possible to settle into a place, even if you don't plan on settling down there. Whether you're inclined to plant a garden, volunteer, organize an event, join a group, befriend your colleagues, get to know your neighbors, or make best friends, go ahead and get involved wherever you are, even if you only anticipate being there for a year or so. Besides, who knows? You just might end up staying there longer. Which brings us to my final point about contrast. Number 4, embracing the contrast between intention and serendipity can help us navigate our lives. If I could only offer you one piece of advice at this juncture in your lives, it would be this. Live simultaneously with intention by planning for what you want, and serendipity by being open to what happens. There is much to gain from living a life that embraces both. Just like a design or a work of art can benefit from the marriage of an initial concept with the results of happy accidents and discoveries during the creative process, your life and your enjoyment of it can be enhanced by the interplay between planning and chance. In our society, we tend to place great value on intention, seeing it as a correlate of ambition and the foundation upon which goals and achievements are built. Indeed, getting to the milestone where you are today is likely the result of an initial intention followed by lots of planning and realized by years of hard work. That is no small feat. However, in addition to the evident value of intention, I'd like to argue for the simultaneous value of serendipity, cultivating an attitude of openness to things unfolding. As I see it, the juxtaposition of intention and serendipity is where the future and the present intersect. where your goals and dreams and expectations meet your realities. Depending on your perspective, you can either see intentions and circumstances as being in conflict or in tandem. You can be thrown off course when things don't go exactly as planned or imagined, or you can acknowledge that the course of your life is ever evolving, with your intentions and your experiences continually interweaving and influencing each other along the way. If you can learn to embrace the contrast between planning and chance time and again, you'll find that you can navigate your life with purpose, adaptability, resilience, and contentment. Imagine for a moment that your life is a sailboat. Intention is the rudder that you steer with, plus the keel or centerboard that stabilizes you. And serendipity is how you handle and respond to circumstances like the currents and the wind. The boat can't go anywhere without both sets of factors. In popular culture, we see myriad storylines about serendipity and love, but far fewer about serendipity and all the other aspects of our lives that it can touch, both big and small. Our career choices, our decisions to move or to stay, our meeting mentors, making friends, and developing interests, and our exposure to new ideas, values, and beliefs. In my mind, these unforeseen influences and inspirations make life exciting. You can't chart it, but you can navigate it. The writer Annie Dillard observed that how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. And that's the crux of it, isn't it? Everything that we do or don't do in life, things that we dream of doing, things that we procrastinate doing, things that we need to do, things that we want to do, and things that we never imagined doing, can only happen in the series of present moments that make up our days. I would encourage each of you to take on the project of daily living as if your life depended on it. Fuel your days with good food, good habits, good and diverse company, good places, good work, good and varied experiences, and good inspiration. Whatever, whomever, and wherever you may find these to be as your life unfolds. The word good is of course subjective, but that's the point. If you pay attention as you make your way in the world, you'll know what is good for you when you see it. Or rather, when you live it yourself and try it on for size. In our society, we're accustomed to saying, "have a good day," which is a nice enough greeting. I use it often myself. When you stop to think about it, though, it's a rather passive statement, especially for something as paramount as how we live our lives. By contrast, I'm always struck by the power of a simple change of wording that my dad makes when signing off on emails and phone calls. Make it a good day. Indeed, it's within each of our powers to do so. So, may you be joyful, may you be well, may you embrace contrast and juxtaposition and chance and change, and may you make it a good day, today and on so many days to come. Thank you, and congratulations again.
The David H. Winton Baccalaureate Award is presented to the baccalaureate degree graduate who ranks highest in scholarship among those in the graduating class. This year, the winner of this prestigious academic award is Jacqueline Elise Gadet. Jacqueline earned both the Carl M. Cochran English Baccalaureate Award and the English Capstone Award. She is a voracious reader, sophisticated analyst, and talented writer. In addition to her academic writing, she has shared her voice in the college's literary magazine, Solidus, and in the Colby-Sawyer magazine. Please join me in congratulating the top scholar in the class of 2016 and the recipient of the David H. Winton Baccalaureate Award, Jacqueline Elise Godet. Is unable to be with us today. Presenting awards in his place is Interim Vice President for Student Development, Robin Davis.
The Colby-Sawyer Award is given to the graduate who, in the opinion of the faculty, best exemplifies the ideals of the college and personal dignity, intellectual growth, contribution to campus life, and constructive influence on other students. Would Becca Hashem please come? Rebecca Hashem is a nursing major and an outstanding student who has been an active member of the Colby-Sawyer community. A member of the Alpha Chi National Honor Society, she was also a captain of both the women's field hockey and track and field teams. She was a member of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee for 3 years, including as vice president her senior year. She has made the most of her time here and accessed all that Colby-Sawyer has to offer, developing young professional in terms of academics and co-curricular activities. This summer, Becca will begin work at Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center as part of the Orthopedic Trauma and Plastics Medical Surgical Unit. Please join me. in congratulating a truly outstanding student and this year's Colby-Sawyer Award recipient. Each year, the seniors, faculty, and staff nominate someone from the graduating class to offer remarks and remembrances. Would senior speaker Jillian Jacobs please join me? Jillian R. Jacobs, a business administration major from Otisfield, Maine, is known for her outspokenness, intelligence, and valuable contributions to the Colby-Sawyer community, including her support for gender equality and fellow students' learning. A Weston Honors Scholar, Jillian is a member of the Alpha Chi National Honor Society and Sigma Beta Delta, an International Honor Society for Business, Management, and Administration, and she has been named to the Dean's List every semester. Jillian's academic achievements are matched by her activism. She completed an internship at the Third Wave Fund, a not-for-profit organization focused on gender justice through youth involvement, and plans to continue her work there after graduation, which will move her closer toward the dream of running her own not-for-profit with a focus on advocacy for LGBTQ plus youth in rural areas. Please welcome Jillian Jacobs, whose address is titled Passion, Compassion, Humor, and Style.
President Galligan, President-elect Stubner, trustees, distinguished faculty and staff, family and friends, and my fellow graduates, good morning. Thank you so much for giving me the honor of being the 7 millionth person to congratulate you, class of 2016. Truly, every one of those congratulations is well earned. During our time together, we've taken some big steps toward becoming professional adults. At times, it was about as hard as finding a seat in the dining hall at noon. At other times, it felt as good as waking up to an email announcing it was Mountain Day. We made it through many of the ups and downs, and we should be proud of both the victories and the challenges. Today, I would like to focus on the challenge of facing our fears and what can be gained when we do face them. One of the greatest lessons I have learned in college is how to get over my fears by making mistakes and then moving on with my life. The summer before freshman year, I was terrified of 3 things happening to me in college: that I would end up with a bad roommate, that I would fail an assignment, and that I would be distracted from my studies by all the fun I planned to have. All of these things happened to me, of course, often multiple times. As it turns out, none of them were actually that terrible. In fact, these experiences made me into a better person because they taught me how to move forward with my head held high. I'm sure all of you had some of your fears realized in the last 4 years, but look at where we are now. Class of 2016, we're about to walk across this stage and become college graduates. Don't forget about all the challenges you tackled to get here, because overcoming those initial fears has no doubt made you into a better person. Keep that in mind when the inevitable difficulties of life start to throw you off track. You've already faced so many challenges. Have the confidence to realize you will face them in the future as well. We should feel especially confident about our futures, knowing how well our education has prepared us for them. Leaving Colby-Sawyer, we not only understand the ins and outs of our own majors, but also how to use knowledge from all kinds of other disciplines. Our learning has been diverse and interrelated, much like the incredible community we have all found at this school. Both this knowledge and this community are things we will take with us when we leave, and they will each make our lives more successful. Beyond critical thinking, as college students, we also learned about ourselves professionally and personally. Don't underestimate the value of this knowledge. After today, a whole bunch of people are going to try to tell you what you should do and who you should become. Maybe they've already started trying to tell you that. But keep in mind, the only definition of success that matters is your own personal definition. If your version of success involved simply getting a C+ on one of Professor Kathleen Farrell's assignments, so be it. The point is, you are the only person who can decide what to do with your future. Finally, one of the most important things that we have learned is how to understand others' perspectives. Empathy is an incredibly powerful tool for improving the world around us. As author J.K. Rowling once said, quote, "The power of human empathy, leading to collective action, saves lives, frees prisoners. Ordinary people whose personal well-being and security are assured join together in huge numbers to save people they do not know and will never meet," end quote. Being able to understand how other people think and feel enables us to work to improve others' lives, even when doing so will not benefit us personally. In this way, Colby-Sawyer has not only prepared us to apply many different types of knowledge, better understand ourselves, and empathize with others. Our education has prepared us to change the world for the better. Maybe that sounds ambitious, but it's important to remember that big things can start with very small actions. Our time here has given us the capability to take these actions, and now it is our responsibility to choose to follow through with them. As another incredible woman, Maya Angelou, once said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." My interpretation of Maya Angelou's passion, compassion, humor, and style is simple. Get excited about the little things in life, be kind, and don't be afraid to rock the boat. To me, those are the 3 most important things to remember as we go forward. First, be enthusiastic about even the smallest triumphs, because eventually they can add up to big things. Second, don't underestimate the power of compassion and empathy, because kindness doesn't take much effort, but it can have a huge impact. And third, be ready to challenge conventional ideas, because that's the only way progress will ever be made. Earlier I said I would use this speech to focus on the challenge of facing our fears. I know it seems like I've gone a bit off track, but my goal is to remind my fellow graduates that Colby-Sawyer has already prepared us to handle the hard times that may lie ahead. Even if you don't feel ready, know that you actually are prepared. You can take on those difficulties by facing them with a good attitude. Take the world by storm using your passion, compassion, humor, and style. I have confidence in all of us to thrive according to our own definitions of success, but I'd like to quote one more person who has often inspired me. April Ludgate, a character played by Aubrey Plaza on the TV show Parks and Recreation, who once said, "No one knows what they're doing deep down. Everyone is just faking it until they figure it out. And you will too, because you're awesome." Class of 2016, you're awesome. Congratulations again, and I wish you the very best of luck in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Jillian, for an awesome and inspiring speech. We know you will do great things. Okay, fans, we're going off the script here for just a second. Certainly today is one of the best things about the jobs that we have. One of the hardest things about the jobs that we have is how many times we have to say no. So this morning I received a request and I said yes. Would Marc-Andre Parent please come forward?
Good morning, everyone. So, as President Galvin said, my name is Marc-Andre Parent. I've been a senior here for this past semester, and it was a doozy, let me tell you. But one of the people that helped me out the most was the biggest help for me was my girlfriend, Casey Gunter. So I'd like to ask her to come up here, or I'll meet you in the middle, I don't know what's.
Congratulations to Mark and Casey, both alums. Can you blame me? We, of course, hope you may consider getting married right here on Colby-Sawyer's beautiful campus. And now, the time has come for one of the most anticipated parts of our ceremony, the conferring of the degrees. Will the class of 2016 please stand?
baccalaureate degrees. President Galligan and Chair of the Board of Trustees, Tom Satari, will confer the degrees. President Galligan, these students are candidates for the degrees of Associate in Liberal Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science.
Thank you. By the authority granted me by the legislature of the state of New Hampshire and the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Colby-Sawyer College, I hereby confer the appropriate degrees upon those who have met the requirements for graduation. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Associate in Liberal Arts, Zayel Overton Gabriella McKeon Lewis. James Tucker Martin. Bachelor of Arts, Studio Art, Devin Ann Bichara. Art History, Jeanette K. DeVito. Creative Writing, Erin Elizabeth Bennett. Amy Sigrid Blase. Heather Lee Guyan. English, Megan Elizabeth Bosley. Jacqueline Elise Godet. Michaela G. Gosselin. Thomas John Papanow. Harold Lucas Weatherby. Robert W. Zanelli. Graphic Design, Moors Ali Ogalu. Garrett R. Carver. Erica Salamari. Laura Marie Collins. Mario Nicholas Pasco. History and Political Studies, Zachary A. Anderson. Megan Erin Burke. Caitlin Mary Fish. Nathaniel G. Jacobs. Alexis Ann Karunkowitz. Salsa Alu. Paulos Manandar. Giovanna Stoyanova. Ray Lynn Stokes. Jonathan Shute Valdez. Margaret S. Tucker. Samuel White. Josephine Wood.
Media Studies, Jessica Baker. Caroline Priscilla Barry.
Anthony Michael Rizzo. Giovanna Bell Roy. Stephen Jerome Thomas. Devin Ullman. James Faultimer. Multidisciplinary Studies, Erica Archibald. Catherine Margaret Cota. Sarah Elwood. Sarah Ray Field. Avery Michelle Scurry. Philosophy, Crystal Ann Moykan. Kirsten Olsen. Psychology, Tiara Marita. Jessica Rebecca Austin. Atetiga Fakada. Chelsea M. Gordon. Ashley Ann Bridges. James Brunini. 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 Maya Margareta Young.
Sociology, Wamakanasi K. Allen. Omar Ortega. Veronica J. Bedrick. Colleen M. Broderick. Charlotte Jean Evans. Bethany S. Imon. Stina Sharat Hulan. Victoria Catherine Lettel Piro. Nicole McDonald. Ryan Marilyn McGuire. Michaela Lee Riley. Jessica Sarah Schenkel. Winter Tackley. Joshua Tillis. Michael Donovan Tillman Jr. Namgay P. Tiering. Catherine Rose Whalen. Stephanie Nicole Wood. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art, Elaine Madeline Miller. Sheree Danielle Murray. Graphic Design, Breon Elizabeth Brown. Siobhan Ellen Chase. Catherine Anna Littlefield. Jessica Marie Madden. Sarah Elizabeth McMahon. Ryan Sills O'Donnell. Lindsay Janet Smith. Bachelor of Science, Athletic Training, Miles Collison Derrick. Jody Louise Dumaine. Christopher Charles Finley. Meredith Ellen Jolie. Kyla L. Jones. Zachary Taylor Kershaw. John Martin Lavilla. Jennifer Sarah Malhoy. Kelsey Andrea. Michael Thomas Sheridan. Rachel Stringman. Patrick N. Wyman.
Biology, Stephanie Nazari. Chelsea Ann Collis. Carmen
Business Administration, Stuart Elliott Joseph LaPadre. Luke Travisser Aswell. Sean Tyler Bissonnette. Thomas Socrates Obotus. Michael Baus. Kyle I. Buckley. Jacinda Marie Burke. Caitlin Ann Cahill. Courtney L. Chabot. Nika Plejo. Chloe A. Cochran. Ashley Devin Cooper. Jeffrey Robert Dunn. Ein Zhu. Brianna Marie Furtado. Amanda Frances Margaret Gilchrist. Cameron James Hickey. Patrick Houban. Holly Alexandra Hunger. Julian R. Jacobs. Camille Olivia Jennings. Sean Michael Kelly. Isada Kuruma. Lei Tu Tra. Xinyan Li. Yannick Stefan Samaya Makuka. Wall Dominic Majon. Sijan Raz Mali. Cole J. Myers. Matthew Robert Nolan. Anna Hassan Panyala Gajoso. Michael Philip Peters. Wong Tu Pan. Carmen Joseph Rich. Sushree Mon Shasta. Laura Smolinski. Kendall M. Stopa. Tree.
Child Development. Stephanie Christina Aiken. Caitlin Marie Bell. Rebecca
Archer. Amanda May Horn. Talia May Ibukan. Kara Grant Lowe. Nicole Flora Mercado. Tucker Dane Bradford Mayer. Sarah Jean Muller. Hannah Marie O'Connell. Larissa May Patnode. Isabel Eleanor Percival. Cassandra Sarah Stages. Rachel Marie van der Bogert. Okay, environmental science. Carrie Rose Brewster. Jarrett Leslie Donald. Daniel Patrick Keane. Rachel Merrill. Environmental Studies. Emily Ann Earnshaw. Cody James Furlow. Johann Julius Grace. Sydney Diana Ugrand. Olivia Irene Lucia. Shishan Goodell.
Exercise science, David George Aya Jr. Maria Cardoso. Jacob Desjardins. Zachary Di Sabatino. Victoria Ann Driscoll. Timothy David Finch. Lindsay Marie Grant. Mary Alice Louise Gurney. Sophie A. Holly. Stephanie Colleen Metro. Caitlin McCarthy. Sean Curtis McCarthy. Isaac Alexander Nichols. Sarah Marie Roy. Michael R. Swanson. Rebecca Ann Tritek. Kylie Alex Turco. Chafee Tucker Welch. Heidi Kate Weiss. Hannah Elizabeth Wilcott. Healthcare Management, Lee M. Daniels. Aaron Adi Dugan. Alexandria J. Dumont. Danielle Marie Fleck. Tiffany Therese Turtle. Reagan Langley. Chloe Louise Robitis. Heywan Zena. Health Promotion, Ashley Elizabeth Ackerman. Alicia Casulo. Ayana Awori Charles. Caitlin Sue Harrison. Michael Dylan Hughes. May McCarthy Tiala. Taylor Melissa O'Connor. Sarah Rose Perry.
Nursing. Kate Jeanette Anderson. Maria J. Antonio. Alicia Sue Barney.
Public Health, Brittany Taylor Allen. Princess Beth Naki Awata. Matthew Burley. Hannah Beverly Carlton. Catherine Colley. Sarah Elizabeth Chase. Joseph Anthony Davlos. Caitlin Beth Durant. Allison S. Hammond. Emily Jane Johnson. Alyssa Marie Keith. Rebecca Klein. Catherine Jane Osborne. Michelle Pierre. Benita Rai. Ashley Taylor Ramsey. Casey Morgan Redmond. Talon Akikwa Tomasi. School Management, Courtney Nora Andrews. Rebecca Haley Batchelder. Jessica Burns. Eric Michael Costa. Peter Donato. Suzanne Teresa Gonzalez. Carly J. Hamilton. Rainey Marie Hill. Nikki Hofstetter. Jake Maynard. Jocelyn Marie Mulkern. Cody N. Pitkin. Kelsey M. Sullivan.
Will the graduates please stand? Okay, they beat their cue. Will the audience please join me in congratulating the class of 2016? Congratulations to each and every one of you. We wish you well as you go forth, and we know your careers and personal lives will bring you happiness, satisfaction, and success. You will always be part of the Colby-Sawyer family where you go, and we hope you will often return to your home on this hill in New London. Now, I'm going to ask a favor of you. Many people have contributed to your success and to all that you have accomplished. Those people include your family, your friends, our dedicated faculty and staff, and many others. Many of them are here with you today. Others are with us in spirit. So I invite you now to recognize all of them with a round of applause. In order to continue the festivities and congratulations in our Colby-Sawyer way, we will recess out of the tent. Your trustees, faculty, and staff will create an honor corridor out of the back of the tent through which you graduates, our newest Colby-Sawyer alumni, will walk as you receive our congratulations. Immediately following the ceremony, everyone is welcome to join us for light refreshments behind Colgate Hall at Pierce Park. Congratulations to the class of 2016.
Really hard. Like very hard.